Hey guys, I'm Nikki.
And I'm Brie.
We're best friends, moms, and obsessed with TV.
Check us out every Monday as we dissect motherhood, TV, pop culture, and whatever else derails the conversation.
It's like eavesdropping on your funniest, most unfiltered friends.
If your friends had a mic and no shame,
We're here for all of it, and honestly,
we're not mad about it.
welcome back to the second episode of Not Mad About It podcast. You're just here with two best gal pals, here to basically just have an excuse to catch up, watch a ton of TV. Brie, we got some amazing texts from our friends reaching out saying that they loved the pod. Tour dates are upcoming. I know you're all waiting.
Follow us on Instagram to find out when our tour is.
Yeah, at TikTok, at Instagram, at Not Mad About It podcast on all the platforms. But how do you think our first episode went?
I think we slayed it down. So proud of us. Incredible reception from all the Maddies out there. Thank you guys for all your love and support. If you really want to show some extra love and support to your girls, we would not be mad if you wanted to leave a podcast review, Spotify, Apple, comment on our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, comment on our posts. Let's get that engagement up.
Love,
Maddies.
love.
But you know what? We are so excited to bring you another incredible episode today. I just have to start. I'm just going to dive in because, as you know, my mom's here. I have to whisper because she's in the other room. A little ASMR for the Maddies.
Oh my God, I was going to say a little ASMR for the Maddies.
I didn't hate that.
Gorgeous.
Okay, so my mom's here for a couple days, and we were talking about the podcast because, I'm a big star now.
What else is there to talk about?
Yeah, so it's hot topic of discussion. And she was saying how she watched the YouTube for what I gathered 5 seconds. And she said to me...
So boomer of her, by the way, to be on the YouTube.
to be on the YouTube right now. And she goes, love you and Nikki, love you girls, but I know your thing is natural vibe, but would it kill you to put on just a little bit of makeup? So, and then today before we recorded, she was like, oh, are you going to change? Is that what you're wearing?
Brie, you look like a complete slob. If you want to just... That's so funny. That's so my mom. Always
Such a mom thing to say.
Do you want to throw on some blush?
Yeah.
Always with the blush.
With the blush. And I did, actually. But why are we blushing so much? I'm hot all the time. My cheeks are
Brie,
always red.
You're hot and hot.
Fat. Wink.
Fat and fat.
Yeah. No, truly.
PH
Yeah,
and F.
that one for sure.
That's actually so funny. That reminds me of my wedding day. Me and my mom got into a big, Brie, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
Got into a big blowout fight. Do you remember? In the room. Do you remember why?
I do. I don't remember why, Nikki, but I do remember the tense energy.
Right, literally minutes before walking down the aisle.
No.
Mom, I hope you're not mad that I'm airing this out right now.
I forgot about this. That's so funny. But
And you won't mind because it's me taking full responsibility here of being
Joe, send it to Joe.
being a jerk off, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my mom really wanted to... I had my hair in an updo, probably a mistake, which also, by the way, my mom did, you do, a trial hair appointment. I didn't know, you had to pay for those. I was just, a dumbass, I guess. The lady, put it up, and literally, we did not even pull up to the house yet, and I'm taking out all the bobby pins.
Oh, no.
My mom's like, are you serious? Still, at this point, I didn't know she paid for it.
Oh, my God.
It was, $80.
She's like, you sleep in that for 5 days, Nikki.
Yeah, you go out. You go to a gala. Go to a museum. Get out there.
Oh my
But anyway, so I had my hair in the updo for the wedding, and I had these two little
Slut strands.
Yeah. Peeking out the side.
No big deal.
Which were supposed to be curled, but I'm just a straight-haired gal, and of course, they just went straight. So it's minutes before walking down the aisle, and my mom's like, I really think that you should recurl
No.
your slut strands.
That's
She
what
didn't
you
call them
said?
that. Yeah.
I didn't
She said, I
know.
really think you need to recurl those pieces. And just as soon as, and it's not just my mom, it's anybody with any authority tells me not to do that, I'm like, well, or to do that, it's whatever it is, it's the opposite. You want me to curl my hair?
Yeah.
I'm going to straighten it.
Yeah. You're like, I'm just going to take it all out real quick.
You don't know, right now.
I'm done with
have
it.
to walk down, let's just do it.
They can wait.
So didn't curl it. Needless to say, my mom was so right. I look back at all these pictures and all I could see are these two stupid
Oh
strands
my
of like
God.
straight hair in every picture. And she is going to
Love
just
this.
live in
Yeah.
this moment and just play it over and over and over again.
Let's give her one,
Ma,
Nikki. Let's give her one.
okay,
It's
she's
been
got it.
over 25 years of, big wins for Nips. So let's
Yeah,
give Joe one.
yeah,
That's
let's do it.
so funny. Oh my
But
God, I didn't
Brie
realize that's what.
was a bridesmaid at my
Obviously.
wedding, maid of honor.
Oh my God, was I?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you and Sarah.
Did we give a speech? Like, I don't even remember.
I think Sarah gave a
Okay, that
speech.
tracks. Yeah,
Poor
I can't
Sarah,
be
like wanted
trusted.
poor Sarah wanted to absolutely die, not a public speaker.
I'm sure she
But
crushed it.
Sarah is our third member of our tripod trifecta.
Yeah.
Nikki, Brie, and Sarah
Yeah,
always,
always together.
always together. But fun fact is
I always
my
say this,
friend.
my favorite thing to tell people that's not about myself, which is shocking, but I make it about myself, is that Nikki married our best friend Sarah's brother. So when she says John, that's like my neighbor that I grew up with, like
Right.
my best
Another
friend's
critique
brother.
that we got, along with sprucing ourselves up a bit. Donna's not going to be happy with the way that I look right now.
And she
In a
loves me.
black t-shirt, my wet hair up, my big bruise
No,
sticking
Nikki,
out for those of you not watching on YouTube.
Nikki, you're skinny. Like that's it. Like if you're skinny, you're good. You don't have to do anything
Tell your
else.
mom I also did a Peloton workout today.
Oh my God, she's gonna die. She's
I
gonna
mean,
get
overachiever.
yeah,
Like,
overachiever. That's so funny.
but yes, one of our other critiques was that you guys might not know like who we're talking about. We're saying Andrew and John, like you
Yeah,
guys are best friends with us, and you will be.
yeah.
We'll get
We'll
there.
get there.
But yes, John is my husband. Andrew is Bree's
So
husband.
cute.
You'll meet Sarah's our best friend.
Yeah,
These are all important people. You'll know.
yeah,
You'll know and love them, just like us.
yeah. I know. So Nikki married Sarah's brother. Isn't that crazy? That's like
And
probably.
Bree
Oh,
was their neighbor.
oh yeah, they were my neighbor. Yeah, like I couldn't leave them. And that's like the dream growing up. That's like what you see in TV shows. You grow up and your best friend is your next door neighbor. That was
I
literally my
mean,
life. They lived like 3 houses down. Like we would just like wake up and hang out all
you
day.
are Kimmy Gibbler. Like,
I have the biggest, if you can't even tell from my voice and just the way I speak, I have the biggest Kimmy Gibbler energy, like busting in
so
their
funny.
house every
No, like, I'm
day.
like imagining you like opening the back porch. Like,
No, literally, hey guys, what's for dinner? I went to their house to eat dinner probably every single night for 4 years. I invited myself on all their family vacations. Like
that's so funny.
anything that they were doing as a family, I just assumed that we were all on the same page, that like I was included in those.
You're the other daughter.
Yeah, the other
Yes.
daughter. Like I was included in those decisions as well. And honestly, like they did. But yeah, just a little background, just a little something about us.
Yeah. So these are just some key players, and we'll try
Yeah.
to remind you because I'm sure we're just going to have an influx of listeners every time
Oh, yeah.
we podcast.
Yeah, like we're killing the internet. Just to shift gears, I know that I am one of those moms that when my son takes a fart, I think that he deserves a Grammy. And I just have to say, he did something so crazy today, Nikki.
Fart? Oh,
I'm just
I,
saying, like,
I know okay. I thought you meant like literally. I'm like, oh,
well,
that's
he
like
does
odd.
fart a lot, and like they do have different tones. Like he could probably get some sort of award for
Different
them.
tones, different smells. Like I know which one of my kids farted. Like for sure. Like I smell a fart and I'm like,
Oh my
Leo,
God.
go sit on the potty, please. Like
That's so funny. Oh my God. Also yucky. But
yucky.
okay, he did actually the craziest thing today. Again, my mom's here. So we walked by her car when we were going to into my car. We're going to the beach. We get to the beach, we pull up, the car next to us. Callum looks at it and he goes, Yaya's car. That's what we call my mom. Yaya. He goes, Yaya's car. I look at it. Nikki, it's the same. My mom's a RAV4. We parked next to a Toyota RAV4. Not
Is
even
it
in
the
the
same
same
color?
No.
That's bizarre.
How did he know that that was her, like the same car that she has?
Because he's a first child freak of nature
No,
and that's
seriously.
what they do.
I actually like got kind of scared. I was like, that's kind of freaky. Like, what is he
No.
just like cataloging in that brain of his?
You often get scared of Callum
Yeah, I
because he
know.
has a lot going on up there and it's
He really does.
but it really is that first child energy. Just wait till you go to the library and they're giving out free calendars and he comes home and starts labeling every day in the calendar.
That's going to be him
Just
for
speaking
sure.
from experience.
Yeah, but like there needs to be, if like we're not those kind of people, and I guess our firstborn sons could sense that like the family needs a little organization.
Yeah.
So they're like, that's what I'm here to do. Like don't worry, moms, back up. I got it. Like, let's get
Mama,
organized.
I got it.
I got it, mama.
That's funny because Colin also, and Colin is my 5-year-old. I have 3 kids. Colin, who's 5, I know, shocking.
3 kids is seriously like
It's
when you say that out loud, it's scary.
no, when you live it every day, it's scary. You don't know how often me and John look at each other at least once a day, and I'm not kidding
my
you.
God.
We will look at each other and say, "I cannot believe we have 3 kids."
I know, especially because you guys are 18.
We're teen parents.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Really hard. Like
I
when I
know.
go to the grocery store and people are like, "These are, you must be the nanny." And I'm like, "No, no, they're mine."
But that's what it actually shocks me. Like, we talk about this all the time. Like, when you're out with more than one child, people look at you like you serious, like that you have like a mental issue and that you need some sort of help or assistance. They're like, well, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. Can you get the door? Like,
Right.
move along.
Yeah, really.
Like, we're going here. Like, what are you gonna do to help us? Get the door.
For real.
It's a lot
But
of
just
kids.
to let the Maddies know, I have
Oh.
3 kids. Bree has 2 kids. I have Colin, who's 5, Leo, who's 3, and Livy, who is, I don't know how many months she is. Anywhere between 16 to 18 months.
tell
Like,
you.
it's hard to calculate.
Yeah.
People ask me, and I'm like, I don't even know their birthdays. When I call, like, the doctor, and I have to think, Colin's the only birthday I can remember, like, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And then it just gets progressively worse. But Colin thinks that, like, he is my partner. Like, he thinks that he is my husband.
He's your life partner.
He steps in that role. Like, he thinks, like, we are married.
That's
He drew a picture at school. Did I tell you this?
No.
It's actually hanging next to my bed because I just, like, think it's so funny and I love it. He drew a picture, always with the sun in the corner, you know, typical.
Yeah. So cute.
The grass.
Yeah.
And then there's a little stick figure with long hair, and then a shorter stick figure with no hair. And it says M on top of me and C. And so he goes, "Oh, Mom, I made this for you." I'm like, "Oh my God, honey, that's so nice. I love it so much. I'm going to hang it up." And then he's talking to John later, and he's like, "I could have drawn the whole family.
No.
But I didn't.
Are
I
you
just drew
kidding?
me and Mom."
Oh my God.
Like, he is like plotting against John. Like, how do I get this
He's
guy out of
threatening
here so I can
John.
have Mom all
Yeah.
to myself?
He's like, just so you know, I intentionally didn't include you.
Yeah, like, I knew I could have drawn you guys, but I didn't.
That is so funny. Oh my God.
Which, like, also brings me so much joy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
No, you just give a little.
No, and he's like never leaving anyway, so you're already planting that seed now. Like he's already
would be
locked
fine.
in. I totally get why like people say like mama's boys, like always made fun of guys like that were like mama's boys, but like no, if my kids are not mama's boys, I did something wrong. I did something wrong. I will be so sad.
Yes, but now think of it as the daughter-in-law. Like,
I know.
it's time to get off Mama's
I know.
teeth.
Mama's teeth, yeah.
But now I'm like, come on, Mama's
I
teeth is here
know,
for you.
But then also it's like sweet when somebody just like loves their mom so much. But yeah, I
Yeah,
guess it's like
it is. There's a point, though, where it's like,
okay, do we have to call your
Okay.
mom like before we leave the house every day?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like enough is enough.
Yeah, we definitely didn't marry mama's boys.
No. No.
Not in a bad way. They're just
No.
independent, like, you know.
Yeah. And
They're-
I'm not talking about John as the independent one. My mother-in-law is the independent
Oh my
one.
God.
She is
Well-
like living her best life.
I was going to say Andrew and John also have big families. Like
Yes.
Andrew's one of 5 and John's
One of 4.
yeah, I'm like, how many are there? I don't know if I was telling you this, but like obviously love the Anglins. Like, do we have to like cut out your last name? Like it's fine, right?
Bleep. Bleep. That's me, Nikki Anglin.
I love the Anglins so much, and they're one of those families that like wherever you go, like you'll meet another Anglin. Like just anywhere, like I guess specifically New York, and like they all look the same. Like cousins, 6 cousins, 5th cousins. Like you meet
Yes.
somebody, you're like, is your last name Anglin? I married into a family, Nikki, that is the exact same way.
Yes.
Like the Cohens are everywhere. You know when you meet somebody that's a Cohen, they all look the same. All the cousins, there's like 100 of them. Isn't
And
it
if you don't meet a Cohen, you meet somebody who knows the
Yeah.
Cohens or
Like,
knows the Anglins.
what is
like,
that? Like what would you call that I'm like
je ne sais quoi.
that I just like I can't resist. I don't know. I'm like, oh, big family energy. Like I love that. And I have a big family too.
I don't.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you have us.
yeah, I
Got the
married into
Englands.
one.
We're here.
Got me and my, I mean, if I didn't say it already, me and my gorgeous sister
Oh my
Nina.
God. If we haven't brought Nina up yet, like that's
I
actually crazy.
couldn't believe that that would be true.
No, I'm sure we have. I'm sure the Maddies right now are like, you have, shut up.
Like, enough. Yeah, we know.
We get it. She's
Yeah.
hot. She's tall. She's amazing. Okay.
She just went to Florida and now she's super tan.
Wow.
It's like
Not
just
fair.
1 minute in the sun and she's just this bronzed beauty. She calls me, she's like, I'm about to do my makeup. I'm like, about to? You're not, you
You're
don't
like,
have
that's
full
your
glam
face?
right now? Like, me, I look in the mirror and it's like dark bags. I'm like,
I think I have like reverse like body dysmorphia. Like I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, she is so cute. I love this girl. Like,
but then do you look at a picture and you're like,
no, worse.
that's
I'm
not
like,
what my mirror told me.
oh yeah. I'm like, that's weird, but worse. Like, I'm like, let's hit the town. Let's get out there. And then I'll be like in the library, sitting on the floor for circle story time, you know, with the kids. I get a glance and like the reflection of a window, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, no.
It's like shallow Hal.
It is. I'm like the bags under my eyes. Like one eye is up here, one eye is down here. Like there's like mascara like on my nose. I'm like,
That's
is that?
so funny.
That's not me. Like
You have a
I'm
plumber's crack and a few rolls hanging out of your pants.
I definitely always have a plumber's crack.
Do you wear
for sure.
jeans out and about? Like, what's your daily uniform?
So actually, Callum is like obsessed with jeans, and he
So
like
is Colin.
always like if I don't put on jeans, he like yells at me.
That's so funny.
No jeans, mama. So
He did go through a big camo phase.
oh,
Are
we're
we done
still
with
there.
that?
We're still there.
Okay.
We're camo
Jeans and camo.
camo PJs to bed tonight. Yeah, we're still in the camo or jeans.
Okay.
Yeah. But so usually I do, but I have like the same two pairs that I wear that are like not tight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That like I feel.
And that loosen with wear.
Oh
those are
yeah,
the
that like
best.
you break them in. That's the best. So I rock those a lot, or I'll rock like a legging every once in a while with like a big cozy sweatshirt. I'm so crazy. Like when I'm out, like at all these play things, I look at what the other moms are wearing, and if I'm like, okay, they're
Always.
wearing leggings and a sweatshirt, why? Who am I? Like, why am I showing off with my jeans?
No, yeah.
Like, get over myself.
John actually told me, not that he didn't say it like this, but like basically if you're like wear jeans, you're like a bad mom. Like wear cozy pants and
Yeah,
like
be
you got to be like I can't be up and down in my jeans. Like it's okay to wear sweats.
Yeah.
Like
No,
you're a good mom. You're being active.
no, but like I see what he's saying, but also I can't wear leggings all the time because I have two dogs, and no matter how much I brush and bathe
Great.
them, I look like I came out of like a shelter. Like I'm covered.
It's not even the leggings. It's anything
Well, the
but
leggings is
jeans.
really bad.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I would rather just wear jeans than I'm gonna be paranoid that like I have so much hair like on my ass and like all down my legs of my leggings. So yeah, like jeans are just easier, but you know.
I did finally retire a pair of my jeans that I've been really holding on to.
Wow.
Like, maybe I'll lose those few extra pounds.
I have seriously like 12 of those.
No, it's time. Like, I don't know if you know Kylie Perkins on TikTok. Probably not.
No.
I think, did I tell you about her?
I'm not a talker.
I know.
I know.
Granny.
Yeah.
She'll wait for her to get on Reels.
Yeah, exactly.
She's this influencer on TikTok, and she's like a cleaning influencer, but she's like
think you
low-key
told me about her.
mean. Like, she's like, oh, I told you, like, if you're depressed, like, get out of your, like, depression and, like, get up and wash the dishes. And I'm just like, oh my God, like,
Yes, chef.
and she's like a declutterer. So I'm like, okay, like Kylie said, I don't need these jeans. Like she said, I'm a fat loser who's depressed and needs to get off my ass and clean my kitchen and won't ever fit in these jeans. So I have to get rid of them.
Oh my
Kylie
God.
told me.
That's so funny.
But Kylie, can you just be a little nicer to us, please? Like,
yeah, like if this makes it to you, we respect your hustle, but like Nikki didn't actually want to get rid of those jeans.
I know, I really wish like you would just let me go to sleep with dishes in my sink.
I hold on to clothes that I'm like, well, maybe one day if I have a daughter, like she'll think these like Free People flare destroyed jeans are so cool and she'll want them when she's like in high school.
Brie, you need to keep them.
Okay, I am. I have
Like,
like
for real.
Yeah,
Because
I have a lot of things. that I
obviously
like.
everything just like circles back around.
know.
Like no trends are new. Like no, the big baggy 90 jeans are like in. Mom jeans, like,
Ew.
do you remember that was the most embarrassing thing? And when I wear a baggy jean, John is like,
You look good in a baggy jean though.
yeah, because I'm fat.
Can we just talk? I just said you were skinny at the top of the episode, Nikki. Like, come on. Can we talk about like mom jeans? Like, why are we doing that? There's a jeans like labeled mom jeans because your fupa like sticks out, right? Like
Right.
that's what they are. Why are we wearing those? Like, where's the mid-rise jeans?
Yeah. I like a mid to high, and I also do like a skinny jean, but it really,
I love a skinny
really
jean.
ages us. Like,
I don't care. I hate a high-waisted jean. Like, I don't want my jeans up to my tits. Like, are you kidding me? Like, no, I need
I like
them.
to keep that all sucked in.
I need like an at the belly button or below.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're brave.
Well, I have a short torso, so like I look like a little like crunch nugget. Like when I have these like high-waisted jeans on, it's like, do you have a stomach? Like, where'd it go?
Wait, the picture that you just sent me, what did you just say? A what?
A crunch nugget?
Yeah, a crunch nugget. That reminded me of the beef little fingers. Brie made beef fingers for Tyson, her baby, yesterday, and
He's
sent me a
he's
picture
almost
of it.
8 months old. He's almost 8 months.
He's a baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
well,
know.
yeah.
Yeah,
like,
he's not like,
yeah,
you
he's
know.
like eating food. She's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
giving her like 2-month-old beef
Yeah,
fingers,
to
beef little
clarify.
fingers.
Yeah.
When she sent me the picture and wrote beef little fingers, like, yes, little finger.
Should have posted that to the stories.
Shoulda.
Yeah, for the views, you know, for the
Well.
people.
We're moving on to a new week now, so.
So true. Yeah, that's in the little fingers in the past, but in our hearts forever.
But that said, should
Yeah.
we just
Let's do it.
enough about us?
I know. Don't worry.
I mean, we'll circle back.
It's hard to
and-
stop.
And let us know, guys, if you
too much.
really don't care about the TV recaps, although we hope you do, and we hope that we're enticing you to
Watch these
give
shows.
it a try, especially Summer House.
Yes.
Guys, Southern Charm is over, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Give Summer House a try because it is so good.
It's so good. And
It's light and it's fun
it is.
with drama.
With drama. And like these people are friends in real life. I love when there's like a show that has multiple seasons that I haven't dived into yet that everybody loves. And I'm like, wow, I'm so excited that I get to start this. So I'm jealous for
even
the people that
if
haven't
you-
watched it yet.
And if you don't want to dive back into old seasons, it's a show that you can pick up on this season. Like,
for sure.
There's not that many episodes. You'll get the gist. And a bunch of people are actually kind of new.
They
Like,
are kind of
ish.
new. And
so,
if
like,
you, yeah, if you wanted to start from the beginning, literally skip the first 3 seasons. Don't
yeah,
you feel that way?
At least.
Like, just skip. Doesn't matter.
yeah.
go past
It's kind of funny to, like, go back and see the Amanda and Kyle, like, origin because they did, like, meet on the show and now they're
know.
our main characters.
I know.
But a lot of the people from the earlier seasons are irrelevant.
Yeah.
And you'll see Carl go through quite a few
Metamorphosis,
changes,
if you will.
but a metamorphosis for
Metamorphosis.
sure.
Well, before we get to like what we watched in our recaps, just want to like remind the audience that we have like a lot of good content upon us. Like May and April is going to be popping off. The first show I wanted to say, Vanderpump Villa. Guys, I never watched season 1. Like
I didn't
don't
even
think
know
I've
there was a season 1.
batted an eye. Yeah, there was a season 1.
No idea.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there was a season 1. Well, season 2 is airing April 24th, my mom's birthday, so she better watch and listen to the show.
Dons.
Happy birthday, Donna. But it's Lisa Vanderpump from Vanderpump Rules. Obviously, she's basically like took over a castle in Italy and she's having like high profile guests like come to stay for vacation. But the drama is all about the people that work there. So the back of the house staff, the servers, like the housekeepers.
So just like Vanderpump Rules, but now new.
But like
Cast?
working in like a hotel. Yeah, a whole new cast, like working in a hotel. And
I wonder, do they have a background together? Or are they just like all
it
showing
seems
up
like
on
it's
day
also
one
like
together?
a competition where they're like vying for like a cash prize. It literally seems like
Sweet,
Love
okay.
Island. It seems like Love
Traitors.
Island, traitors, and like Vanderpump Rules like merged together because
Love that.
everyone's like
Unique.
hooking up, and Stassi comes in. I don't quite
Okay.
understand what her role is. I looked up
I
if
don't
she was a
care.
producer because I was like, is she there to like start the drama? But I think she's
No.
there as like a narc.
You
And
do?
to like tell Lisa like who's hooking up, like what's the tea. Yeah, not in a bad way, like in a good
that
way.
for her.
Yeah, like maybe Lisa can't be there all the time, and she's like, I need someone there that's gonna like lay down the hammer, and that's Stassi.
And Lisa's not dumb. She knows that we all love Stassi. Stassi is made for TV.
oh my god. Well, that's also why I thought maybe she was a producer. You know,
I
because
don't know
she's
if
like
Lisa would give up control like that.
no, but I'm sure it's a very lucrative deal for Stassi.
Yeah, and
she
I'm
got
sure
to
she got
stay-
a free vacation to Italy.
oh, it was this summer.
Yeah. And and her husband Bo's family all live there. So
I
like,
forgot about
let's
that.
just kill two birds with one
Oh my
stone.
God, the
One free trip
dream.
stone.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. That airs April 24th on Hulu.
Very
Also, just
excited.
to remind everybody, The Valley. Like, I cannot express enough. If you haven't watched The Valley, go back and watch season one. It's the most like chaotic, dramatic thing ever. And the producers keep saying that season two is like one of the craziest reality shows like they have ever seen, that they've
And
ever
it's
been a part of.
airing April 15th, which means that you have plenty of time to go back and watch the first season. There's only one other season.
And I
So,
don't think the episodes are an hour. I think they're like 20 or 30 minutes, right?
no way.
Are you sure?
No way.
You think they're an hour?
Like 99% sure.
Is Mormon Wives an hour? Why do I think they're like short episodes?
That I'm not sure.
Okay, well, that brings us to
Speaking of,
the next show that you have plenty of time to catch up on season one. My mom, actually, per our recommendation, is watching season one right now, Mormon Wives, and she's so funny.
good.
She's like, I just can't remember anyone's name because they all look exactly alike. And I said, Mom, everybody agrees with you. That
It
is
takes a
popular
while.
opinion.
it does take a while, but you'll get it.
You'll get it, yeah. So that season two airs May 15th. Like, so much time. But please start, you guys.
I'm so excited, Brie, too, because the content that's been on our plate recently has been Southern Charm,
Yeah.
Summer House, and Traders, and they've
Yeah.
been airing Thursdays and Fridays. And we record over the weekend
Yeah.
to get premium content out to you guys on a Monday so you can enjoy and start your week with us.
Your recaps and us, yeah.
And these are on Tuesday and Thursday, I think.
Hallelujah.
So we get a little beginning of
Wow.
the week treat.
I'm so excited.
A little
Also,
sweet treat.
that just reminded me, Mom Talk is a guest at Vanderpump Villa.
Stop.
Yes, so there's like a ton of content of them.
Whoa.
It almost seems like
Whoa.
Demi's like hooking up with
Whoa.
someone that works there, even though I'm sure that was
She's
editing.
married.
I know there's some weird storyline with Demi and like somebody that works there. But yeah, so Mom Talk is like literally going to be on Vanderpump Villa.
But for one episode, or they're gonna?
Well, I don't know. They were in a lot of the preview of the
Wow.
trailer. They were in a lot of the trailer. I'm so excited.
I don't know if that's Lisa Vanderpump's doing to get them on.
It's
but
Hulu's because they're both on Hulu.
oh my god,
Genius.
So much crossover,
Thank you.
and they're airing at the same
Hulu.
time. Yeah, really. Merry Christmas to us.
Hulu. I love that. Okay, well, let's like get to the
Wow.
content that we
So
did
exciting.
watch. If you guys follow us on Instagram, which you all should be, we posted what we're watching this week, so you could like do your homework and be prepared for the recaps. We're gonna start at a middle of the road with.
You want to start dark?
Yeah, I want to start electric. We're going to start with Millie Bobby Brown's Electric State movie, which was unique. I'll say that. I'm going to give a quick recap. If you didn't watch the movie, this might not be in English to you, okay? This recap.
Do your best.
I'm going to do
and
my best.
It may or may not make you want to watch it.
Yeah.
It might. It'll do one or the other.
It'll do one or the other. And, like, that's up to you. That's your life. Okay, anyway. Millie Bobby Brown's new movie, The Electric State, is a sci-fi movie set in 1990s after a human versus robot war, pause, that leaves society forever changed. It follows a young gal named Michelle, played by MB Millie Bobby Brown, and her robot friend Skip. They travel across America with Grant, played by Chris Pratt, and his robot Herm, in search of Michelle's missing brother. Along the way, they uncover the dark truth behind society's collapse. Dun dun dun. The movie ends with a huge and way too long robot war, and MBB is faced with a choice. Does she save her brother or society?
Dun, dun, dun.
There you have it. I just want to start by saying, I first turned this movie on. I was zoned in, ready to watch it. Turn the movie on, it's playing, everything's going, and I'm just thinking, like, I cannot hear anything. Like, what's going on? Like, the sound seems off. I turned my TV on and off to
Andrew?
Andrew,
Help.
can you plug it in, please? Like, so I turned it on and off to like restart it, and then it started playing again. I was like, no, I still can't hear it. And then I just realized I didn't have the subtitles on. Like, without subtitles, seriously, I can't hear a thing.
30 or above, it's the truth. And John
think 30
hates yeah.
Yeah, okay.
At the age of 30, you need subtitles.
Like Gen Z doesn't even know what a subtitle
you
is.
need a moisturizer and you need
Subtitles.
subtitles.
For sure.
John does not mess with subtitles. The other day we were watching White Lotus, which let us know. Do you want us to recap? I know my mom's opinion. Mom,
I
you've
know.
been very vocal.
Yeah.
You want us to recap it. The problem is we record before the episode drops,
Yeah.
so we'd be a week behind.
I know.
But whatever, we're watching White Lotus, and John was like, we need the subtitles on. Like,
Oh, yeah.
so it's relatable, Brie. We
Okay,
get it.
good. I just want to make sure. Okay, so back to the movie because it was so crazy. Like, I don't want to say anything bad about my girl MBB.
Speak your truth.
She gave this movie her all. Like, she acted so hard into it, but this movie wasn't for me. I felt like the whole thing was just awkward, and nobody was on the same page, and things just kept happening. And I was like, how did we even just get here? And Millie Bobby Brown was supposed to be a teenager, but she just like looked like a woman.
Right, and she was like vibing hard with Chris
Yeah.
Pratt. Like, are they going to kiss?
know.
Aren't they? Like,
It was weird.
but no, they're not because she is a kid and he calls her a kid. Like, oh, you're just a kid.
Oh
Like,
my God. And then also, like, once, like, the Peanut Man or Mr. Peanut showed up, I was like, okay,
Terrifying.
we've taken this too far. Like,
terrifying.
they weren't robots. It was like Toy Story, like, creatures.
It was. I think it was very odd for it to be placed in the 90s too. Just
For
like
no
such a
reason.
weird choice.
Yeah.
Like futuristic, but in the past. Like, I don't know, maybe they
know.
were trying to like play some sort of trick on our minds.
I have no idea.
But I think I mentioned to you that I think it was pretty like reminiscent and like just like very kind of like where this world could be going.
Oh, yeah.
Not to that extreme, obviously, but at one point in the, well, not one point in the whole movie, these people are wearing these massive headsets that like you put over your head and then you become in this virtual reality. So like it would be like the dad was like sitting on the couch like a fat slob just like in his virtual world, which is like literally what we got do like
I know.
all day
On
like
our
on our
phones.
phones. Like it's just not as obnoxious as a big ass
Well, that's where
headset
it's
on our
headed.
face. Yeah,
They already have the glasses. Do you know what I mean? That's where it's
truly.
headed.
And it was like AI. Like what I did like is that it was like kind of like technology versus human. It was like the robots
Yeah.
weren't the same as like the AI.
That's true. It was an interesting concept. I just think it was like poorly executed, and the movie was over 2 hours long for no reason.
Way too long. It
Like,
took
it
me
should have been an
3
hour and a
sittings.
half. Yeah, it should have been an hour and a half. That was crazy. But they did have a star-studded cast, which was shocking, and which is also kind of funny that the only two people talking about this movie were MBB and Chris Pratt. Like, there was Jenny Slate, Gronk, Woody Harrelson, Jason Alexander, Stanley Tucci, and seriously so many more super famous people. And like, did you hear a peep out of any of those about this movie?
I didn't even hear a peep from MBB.
I know.
As we said last time.
I know. Which
Like,
is, yeah.
nothing.
I know.
So funny, but really crazy. Allegedly, they spent $320 million to make the movie, which is the most budget that has ever been given for a movie that has gone straight to streaming. This was not in theaters.
Yeah.
Not in theaters.
Yeah.
Right to Netflix.
Crazy. I'm sure Netflix
That has not
was
been
not happy.
confirmed, but
It had to be close, seriously, just based off the cast.
and I think the whole thing was like the cast and like people said like the graphics like sucked and it was like so corny. Like I thought it was like pretty cool. Like
No, that wasn't, I didn't have an issue with that. It was just like, they just made a lot of weird choices, I guess.
they did. And the script kind of sucked, but
Yeah.
I did actually like it. I thought like the concept was interesting.
It's
I know.
Nikki's
I'm like
favorite movie, you guys.
literally on an island by myself. Somebody on TikTok said it's the worst movie of the decade.
No, I kind of could see that.
I could, Brie, when I went on TikTok just to do a little research,
Yeah.
I was shocked
That
to
people
see
hated it.
the amount of hate. I didn't see one good thing about it.
Mickey, I was shocked that you liked it. While I was watching it, I had to Google how much did Chris Pratt get paid for this movie, because I feel like the whole
Wait, did
time.
you find out?
No, but I feel like the whole time he's in it, he's giving it like 1%. He's there for the paycheck.
I
It's
was,
fine.
when I say reading, I mean watching TikToks.
Yeah.
I was reading about
Thorough research.
the like script and like people were saying like that it wasn't the acting that was bad. It was like MBB and Chris Pratt weren't given anything to work with. Like
Yeah.
the script sucked.
Yeah.
So
She
like-
did say on every podcast that working with him was such a joy and that he came to set every day so happy, and probably because he was getting a fat check.
yeah, they
I thought
did
he
look
was
like they had a
happy.
lot of fun because I also did do some like behind the scenes stalkings, which I
Okay.
did find out a cool tidbit. Like
Okay.
maybe I'm just a nerd, but Millie, Bobby Brown, MBB, said that the quarry that they filmed in, like I guess like the main scene of the fight, was where they filmed Stranger Things 8 years prior, and I
That
thought that
is
was like
cool.
so
Yeah, that
interesting.
is cool.
Just a
Okay.
fun little fact.
I mean, we're still happy for Millie, and we still love her, and we did our part as fans. I'll say that.
Right.
Yeah.
We did.
Okay.
And as did everybody else who watched it because you can't share Netflix accounts. So we all have our own streams going through.
Oh, maybe that's why
John
they did
goes,
it.
when I told him the budget for the movie, he's like, well, maybe that's why they increased our
Seriously,
bill
that must be
again.
They're like, damn, this isn't going to work out. We got to get paid.
So funny. All right. So the verdict is I liked it. Bree didn't.
Yeah.
Watch it or don't.
Yeah. Because, like, if you do watch it, come back to this episode and
Wait,
hear
Bree,
what we have to say.
what was the movie that you said it was kind of like?
Oh, if anyone out there, because Nikki hasn't, which is crazy, but if anyone out there has seen Starship Troopers, an iconic film,
I actually have to write this down.
Yeah, you do.
'cause,
I feel like they were almost trying to like replicate that same tone of the movie. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, where it's like a ridiculous, over the top movie about like alien insects coming to take over planet Earth, and then there's military that goes out to destroy them. And I don't think satire is the right word, but dark comedy or something. I don't know. I feel like this movie was trying to be that, and maybe in the future the Electric State will become like a cult classic to like a generation. Because I don't think when Starship Troopers came out, it got like rave reviews. You know, it was like probably a joke, but
A
now
joke.
it's one of those movies. It's just like a cult.
Did you
classic.
think it was good? Star Trip?
Yeah, I did because I thought the main
a
guy was
mouthful.
so hot, and I was like
Who was
6
it?
when it came out. I don't know, some rando.
Wow.
And Denise Richards is in it. Yeah,
Wow.
So you should watch it. It's really
Okay, I will.
It's really good. Yeah, she's like a
Always looking for a movie that like I can watch with John because
Yes,
he's
the
like
perfect
not
movie.
into my true crime.
Yeah.
He's not into like
no perfect movie to
corny
watch with John.
things.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
let's
perfect.
move to Southern Charm.
guys. If you didn't just see on YouTube, Brie has a stack of notes that she just tapped. Let's keep it moving.
Tippity tap that wiener.
Oh my god. If you guys don't know Bailey, she originated from TikTok.
God.
And she is a young girl in her early 20s. She has Tourette's. And she is so funny.
She's so funny.
She blew up on TikTok and now she has a show on TLC. But
for
she
her.
just like says you don't know that?
No, I do know that.
Oh my god.
Well,
And her
good for
boyfriend's
her.
name is Colin.
Oh, we love
Yeah.
her, Colin.
But she is so freaking funny and she says like the funniest things. Me and my mom are obsessed with her, but like we do feel bad too because like sometimes she looks uncomfortable, but like
Yeah.
she says the funniest things like tippity tap that wiener, tippity tap that wiener.
That is
So funny, but tippity tap that wiener, yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic one. Anyway, Southern Charm. It was the finale. It was kind of like a lame finale. I'll do like a quick recap for those that love it. I do love Southern Charm, and I feel like overall this was like a meh season, but like the bulk of the season and the bulk of what people want to know is like the Craig and Paige stuff.
And I do feel like the season was actually a little bit better than the last season.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
didn't like
For
I
sure.
wasn't even gonna watch I don't think I watched the beginning of the season.
I didn't.
Because I was like off of it.
I also didn't. Yeah.
I think I got you back into it.
You did, yeah. You're like, just watch. It's really good, and I did because I listened to my
You're
girl.
welcome.
Okay. Anyway, episode starts with Vanita and JT having a conversation about the barber. Vanita expresses she's most upset about JT referring to her as some girl when they clearly have a much deeper relationship. Grandpa Whitney and Shep have a lunch where Whitney shows up straight out of a Floridian retirement home. Guys, seriously, it was crazy. While they're there, Shep calls Molly and asks her to be his date to the summer soiree. The rest of the episode takes place during Madison and Ryan, whoever the F Ryan is, during their summer soiree that they throw to just like cap the season off, like before summer. It's in like an abandoned jail, if that's all you need to know.
It's not in an abandoned jail.
No. They like renovate. It's like a gorgeous
Renovated,
venue, but
beautiful.
it's so funny that
Giant.
like that was the venue, like used to be a prison.
And Madison's just like, what?
I know. I love her so
They
much.
redid it.
I know. It was gorgeous. Yeah,
It was.
I didn't mean to make it sound like dark. I was just like,
And
being silly.
abandoned,
Yeah.
dripping ceiling.
While they're at the summer soiree, Sally puts Taylor in her place for causing drama with Austin for no reason. and Vanita brings in her big dog Leva to confront Ryan about the barber conversation. The episode ends with Molly planting a big fat kiss on Shep, and then they cut to 2 hours later, basically saying that like Shep and Molly hooked up. Then they cut again to 2 months later, where they say Vanita and JT dated, but then he announces his new girlfriend on Instagram. Then they cut again.
Here we are, up on the roller coaster.
5 months later, and basically that's like the end of the episode. They give us 1 second of Craig, Shep, and Austin talking about the breakup, and it was so. I feel like Shep and Austin were being so fake in their reaction before Craig walked in, like trying to be like really sympathetic, like good friends, and on the inside they were just like so giddy,
Clicking their heels.
oh my god, so excited. And they really like. That's how the episode ends. Seriously, credits are rolling while Craig's talking. Did you see that? I was like, wait, what? It's ending right here. Like the credits were rolling on the bottom of the screen because like the episode was like ending. And I was like, what? We need more time.
Yeah, they really cut like all the important stuff is in the last maybe 3 minutes. Like it was like not even. It says like Molly and Shep hooked up.
1 second later,
Like,
yeah.
Then it's like a picture of JT and Vanita. They dated. Like, we're not even getting like footage.
I know.
But, we did see a little bit in the after show, which I didn't watch, but you did, and you'll tell us about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure everything will pop off at the
Oh, yeah. I think they're
reunion.
saving like as much as possible for the reunion. I also think this is just what I think that we're going to see so much because Summer House started filming right after this, like a month later. And I think, I don't know if it's the same production company, but I feel like they don't want it to be redundant, just the Craig and Paige drama, because we're seeing all of it play out right now.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe they're like, listen, you're going to see it over here. Watch Summer House.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll definitely get more. Like,
I know.
Summer House will wrap and we'll see. Well, they're not going to be filmed. It's going to be the same thing. They're going to stop filming in August because that's when the summer ends. And then they break up. Their breakup comes out in January. So maybe they pick the cameras back up. Because it's not even like November because
so
they didn't
true.
come out with the breakup until.
They do definitely film a conversation because in like the preview for Summer House before it aired, they showed like Paige talking to all the girls. And remember Lindsay's like pumping.
Yeah, but not Craig.
Well, no.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
show
And she's
Craig.
like, your nipples are
Yeah,
huge.
yeah. They're not going to show Greg. I did want to touch on like how awkward was that conversation when Vanita pulled Ryan with Leva, and then like Rodrigo came in the room, then Madison came in the room, then Miss Pat came in the room to say goodbye.
And Madison left.
Oh yeah, she was like,
first
thank
of all,
God.
when Rodrigo, which is like, why are you here?
I would
Like,
so do that though. What Rodrigo?
right, like,
I'm
hey.
so
He walked in
nosy.
and was just like, twinkled his fingers like, hey.
And just like sat down.
But like, you could even see Ryan was like, the fuck are you doing
But
here?
then he
Like,
tried to like partake in the conversation.
who, Rodrigo?
Yes, and they
But
asked him
don't.
to leave. Yeah, like what are you doing here?
Yeah. Honestly, I know you said too that Vanita was happy that Leva was there.
Yeah,
I just think Vanita is like a more timid person who definitely like wouldn't have been as confrontational
Yeah.
as Leva, but like the way that she was speaking to Ryan was like, you are not talking to an employee.
I
Like,
know.
you're like not schooling this kid. Like it's,
it was rough.
and it was just all so irrelevant because JT and Vanita were fine.
They squashed
They
it.
completely squashed it.
Yeah.
And I do want to go on record saying I don't know where they stand now. Do you? Or we don't really know.
They don't talk
currently.
Yeah, she was on
Okay.
Watch What Happens Live. Like they don't
That's
speak.
sad.
And Andy said that like they get into the timeline of like the girlfriend and the relationship with Vanita. So like we have to stay tuned for that.
Well, based on what he did to her, obviously, I don't want them to be together, JT and Vanita. But
No.
when they were having that talk, it was like so natural.
I
And like
know.
you could just see that they're really good friends.
I know.
And I think like any good relationship that follows has like a strong basis in friendship, which like they clearly had. They were just like so fun together. And he obviously really liked her.
Definitely.
So that's why that some girl
It hurt
comment
hard.
really hurt her.
I know.
But again, Craig and Vanita were both kind of giving Shep energy with like the I can't give up this
Yes.
best thing that ever happened to me.
I know. It's like, guys, open your eyes.
A little bit different because Sienna
Yes.
literally told Shep like
I know.
I don't like you, and he was like, but we're in love.
No, she was like, I don't think it's love. And he
Yeah,
was
he's
like,
like,
I know how
yeah.
you feel.
Like this is the best, most real thing. Like
Yeah,
JT was actually telling Vanita that he liked her.
for sure. And also, like, Craig was in a relationship for 3 years, obviously. Even though Paige was also telling him for 3 years, like, you never know when you're going to get the
Pretty
boot.
much, yeah. Which brings us to the car ride to the airport. So
Wow.
Craig is bringing Paige back to the airport to fly from Charleston back to New York, and Paige is so ready to GTFO, get the
Yeah.
flunk out of there. Like, she is ready. She literally said, like, I'm ready to go back to New York. I don't want to talk to anybody else. I want to order food to my apartment, have it dropped off at my door,
And be
open it
alone.
when the person leaves, and not have to speak to anybody. Like, so not Charleston, and
I know.
so, like, they are just, we've said it a million times, on different planets.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Charleston and New York are really not that far, but they are different worlds.
I know.
Like,
Wait, that
it,
reminds me of the after show where he said, I don't, oh, you didn't watch it. He
I
said on
didn't.
the after show that he told Paige, he told Paige that he would move to New York. Like that was their plan. He was going to move to New York. He would raise a family with her there. He said that she told him to buy a ring. He went out and bought a ring. And then she said, wait, hold up. Like,
Oh my God.
not yet. So, like, I could see why. Well, one, when if someone tells you to buy a ring and they say, like, never mind,
Yeah, like,
it's not looking good. But also, I wonder if Craig is just saying now, like in the aftermath, like, I told her I'd move to New York. Like, he's saying it as if that was happening. And I
I
wonder
think
if,
he would, though.
I don't know,
I could
because
see
like,
that being truthful.
I feel like he would have done it.
He would have or wouldn't
Like he
have.
would have done it by now,
Yes.
like gotten a
Oh,
place
oh.
to prove, like, listen,
But that would have been dumb of him
yeah, it would have been dumb. But he said that
because
he got
look
a
at where
ring.
they are now.
I know.
Like, I think even if he did move,
Yeah.
they weren't right for each other.
No, for
So it
sure.
wouldn't have mattered.
I know. But
And
then Shep,
Paige even said that on the after show, which I guess we'll get to, but I'll just say it now. On the
yeah,
after show of Summer House, she was like, or was it in the episode where she said, like, I'll know that the person is right when, like, I want to call them before I call my dad. Like,
yeah, in the after show.
red flag.
Red
You
flag.
don't, this is not
I know.
your man.
I know. Shep went in so hard on
So hard.
Paige in the after
I
show.
saw the clip, but I didn't watch. But
It
yeah,
was like he was so mad. It's like that scene with like Lisa Rinna to Denise, like, oof, you're so,
So
angry. Like that was Shep. And it's like, why? Why do you care so much, Shep? Like,
well, why did Craig care so much that Sienna
I
didn't
know.
want?
That's
You
so
know, it's
true.
like the
Like,
same
guys,
thing. Like,
shut up.
they're such like little girls.
I
They're
know.
worse than the girls.
They are worse. And Shep, you're 45. He basically said that Paige never wanted to film with them. Why would she get away with that? Like she was so uninterested in like being a part of Craig's life in Charleston, and she couldn't miss like one little talk show just to come like on a cast trip with them.
That's what he referred to her podcast as, like a little talk show that she's like on a US
It's in
tour.
65 cities or something.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh my
Like,
God.
she's big time.
She's big time. But just to wrap up Southern Charm real quick, the only thing I
Yeah,
wanted to
there's not
say
much.
is that I hope that in the reunion we get to hear from Shep and Molly and if they gave their relationship a chance. I hope they dated.
I hope that they did too, but I think that Shep is like too, like, he's gonna self-sabotage and like he doesn't want to ever lock somebody down. Molly is like the perfect person for him.
I
Just
know.
like quirky, and like I love that she planted the kiss on him. Literally, I had the biggest, dumbest smile on my face when she did that.
I know. It
Like,
was so cute.
so cute. It made me so happy.
It was cute. I know.
All right, let's move on to Summer House.
Okay. So this week on Summer House, Craig comes to the Hamptons, and it's the first time that Craig and Kyle are like going to be in person together since the whole like Spritz drama. While he's there, they like avoid this conversation at all costs. The first night that Craig's there, they're having a dinner for Amanda's 33rd birthday. Love you, Amanda. Love you, girly. And Jesse just like walks in and he's like, "Oh, did you guys kiss and make up?" Because they were being so normal, and the whole table.
But they
like,
were just avoiding each other.
they were
Like,
avoiding
they
each
had not
other.
spoken.
Yeah, they had not spoke. That was so funny though. Everybody just like didn't know how to react. Captain Carl gets to throw a big bash. He throws a pirate themed party, I guess, because Lindsay was away for the weekend and like production felt bad for him and like he needs some sort of storyline. So
Carl.
he threw a pirate party. He went so hard. He got like a pirate ship, a pirate, like did a whole like landscape.
Everybody looked like they had a great time.
No, it looked like
so-
a fun party. He invited a girl who we'll talk about. She's unique. And pretty much like the end of the episode, we see like Craig and Paige have another like serious conversation, and then Paige is like venting to Amanda where she just doesn't feel supported by Craig. And again, this is filmed after Southern Charm, so you can just see the like the
Build
wheels
up.
spinning like in Paige's head where she's like in her mind, I feel like she's starting to break up with him, and she's almost like laying it
She's
down with
seeing the
everyone.
red
Yeah,
flags.
she's seeing the red flags and she's ready to like plan her out, I guess. And it's just like it is actually sad to watch because Craig clearly really loves her.
And
Like,
I
don't
don't
you
doubt
think?
that she loved him too, but
Yeah.
like she's being real with herself. And I think like maybe Craig deep down like knew it too, but he
But he
was like
didn't
so,
care. He knew it, but I almost feel like he was willing to just like hope that it would work itself out. Do you know what I
but it
mean?
never would.
It never would. Yeah.
He would have so much resentment toward Paige that like
Yeah.
her number one, and she even said it herself, is her career.
I know.
She said like her husband will always come third because her kids will come first, her career will come second.
Yeah.
And then I think somebody on the after show was like, well, you know, you have Daphne, your cat, too, so I guess your husband's gonna come fourth.
I feel like I don't know if I said this on the first episode, but when Paige got that cat, that was like an immediate sign that
You
they were
did.
headed for Splitsville.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that cat is so cute.
Is it like a Taylor Swift cat?
Yes.
Like one of those fluffy
I
little...
think it is. It looks like so cute and cozy. Anyway,
So on brand for Paige.
I know, so on brand for Paige. Also during the episode, Lexi wasn't there, so Jesse was just like having the time of his life. He was like saying he was gonna like behave himself, whatever, but he also like couldn't resist Sierra.
A spread eagle on Sierra in
Oh
the
my
pool.
God. He's like seriously loves her. And I don't know if it's like a love where it's like you want what you can't have. Do you know what I mean?
Sierra is just so like
Gorgeous.
gorgeous
I know.
inside and out. Like
And
she's such a
cool.
cool girl. Like
Yeah.
she I was gonna say like she doesn't care, but like she obviously does from the way that like shit went down with West.
I
Like
know.
again, we talked about it already, but like she's just cool.
Yeah.
And she's like funny and she's like not gonna give it up easy. You know,
know.
like I think that that's like
She's a
very
challenge.
appealing. Yeah.
For sure.
And
I know.
she's stunning.
Stunning. Like perfect. Also, Lindsay wasn't there, so Carl invited this girl to the party. Her name was Lil. They were like the same height.
Okay.
I feel like she was like almost 6 feet tall. And like
Wow.
I feel like she was really tall for sure. Oh, on the after show, they were saying that like she was like a little quirky and like she was kind of like making eyes at everybody. Like eye fucking everybody kind of.
She was probably like shit face wasted because she knew she was going to be on the show and was like probably shitting her pants.
That's true.
That, like,
Yeah. I know.
so scared and like really liquored herself up to
And
be
she's
there.
like
So
being invited by this guy that obviously needs like some sort of like a love interest.
oh my god, wait, it was so funny. So Carl like has the pirate makeup on, so he has like all the dark eyes and stuff, and
Yeah.
she's like either just like super quirky or was like a little drunk.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, like I forget like what she said like exactly, but like, yeah, like you're like giving like lemur energy.
God.
And like Carl's like, what did he say? Like, do you
He
like
said-
lemurs?
Yeah. Well, do you like lemurs?
Like, okay, like
She's like, yeah, I do.
he's like, yeah, I'm a little rusty.
Oh my God. I know. Poor Carl. Like, I do feel bad. But
I do too, but it's time for him to get back out there.
Yeah.
And he said before he got together with Lindsay, you know, he's always struggled with his sobriety and like
Addiction
drugs and
issues.
alcohol. And when he got sober, he wanted to give himself a year before he got into anything serious. And I don't think that it was a year before him and Lindsay.
no.
And then when they broke up, this is what Lexi said on the after show.
Yeah. She was giving great context.
I thought it was like so funny too. She's like, Gabby was like, you had this conversation with Carl? And she was like, yeah, like I had a lot of deep conversations with people. I
believe
think we
that.
all have deep conversations.
Exactly. I believe you, Lexi.
But she said that Carl had said like he wanted to give this now a year, which makes sense why he hasn't had sex with anybody in a year. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's not like a total freak. Like
Yeah,
he made a
no.
promise to himself and he wants to keep that, and that's respectable.
No, good for him. It is respectable. And I hope that he finds like a nice person.
Very
one
mature.
day. Yeah.
And I
very
hope
mature.
that that person's not Lil. And if it is, okay.
No.
But
I don't think it is.
they'll have some weird lemur love affair.
I know.
But
It's definitely not. Oh my God. Just to get back to the Kyle and Craig drama real quick, it was so awkward, so dramatic, and like over the top the way they were both behaving. Like Kyle wanted to like have the conversation, just like squash it and like not have awkward tension. Craig like wants Kyle to like really understand like what he did wrong and like feel bad about it. And actually, Paige and Amanda said it perfectly. They they're like avoiding the conversation because they each want the other person to agree that their point of view is the right one. Do
But
you know
that's
what I
not going to
mean?
happen.
No, it's not
Right.
going to
But that's,
happen because they're both
it's
stubborn.
not going to happen because Kyle is so invested in Loverboy.
Yeah.
Like, this is his baby.
Yeah.
And Craig is Craig. And Craig is never going to be wrong. And he's great at everything. So, like, he is never going to say, like, I messed up.
Yeah.
Especially to Kyle, who's, like, not his good friend.
I
Like,
know.
I don't think Kyle is important enough to Craig for him to.
Not invest in like another business.
Right. Or, like, give him an apology, even.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know. But I
and,
do
like,
feel
say
like,
he was wrong.
yeah, but I do like see where Craig's coming from, that it's like, okay, Kyle went on national television and like really called him out and like said
Called him
all
a
this
liar.
crazy stuff about him. Like I would be pissed too, for sure.
Yeah.
So like I do kind of see both sides, but also just like get over it. You guys are grown men. Who cares? You're only friends because of your girlfriends and wives, and like now it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But the fact that they
exactly.
didn't
Now it
talk,
doesn't matter.
the fact that they didn't talk, everybody in the house went out for that night except for Amanda, Kyle, Paige, and Craig. And the fact that they did not have the conversation that night was so weird to me. Like,
So
guys,
weird.
this is the only time you can do it. When are you going to do it?
This is perfect. You could do it in private. You don't
Yeah.
have to do it in front of everybody. There's a big party tomorrow. You're going to have to do it
I know.
tomorrow.
I know.
So just do it now. Like, get it over with.
That was so bizarre. It was so weird.
So bizarre.
Oh my God.
But something so funny was the cake
Yeah.
situation. So since it was Amanda's birthday, they had a cake for her. And when everybody was getting ready to go out, they needed to decide where to put the cake.
Which is like
And-
kind of a crazy thing that's even a predicament. It's like, well, where do we put this cake? Don't you?
Right.
Like, what?
Like, that's something you could just do independently, right? Like,
Oh, I was like, okay.
make an executive decision on this one. But Amanda asked Sierra, like, where should we put the cake? In the fridge? And Sierra goes, oh no, put it in the oven so it'll stay fresh. And then all the drunk fools come home from the bar and they open the oven to like make their mac and cheese or whatever they're making. And they
Yeah.
open it and the cake is in there and they all just start dying laughing. Like,
So funny.
who would put it in here?
It's just like so
So-
funny that Sierra would say that. Like, and like she said it so like, duh. Like, duh, Amanda.
Such conviction.
I know. I wonder if maybe she meant like the microwave. Like, I feel like people do store like leftovers in the microwave. But like
That
a
is
cake?
such an Anglin thing to do.
Yeah,
that
maybe
is
that's-
such. My mother-in-law.
That is such an England thing to do, by the way.
Always. That's where she would put like the food, like for anybody who,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
you know, whenever there was leftovers, you
fresh.
could find it in the.
It all comes back to the Englands.
So it does.
Oh my God. But in the after show was so juicy, you guys. Like, if you're watching,
Better than the show.
Better Than the Show is the first episode for this season of the after show. They start like halfway in, so they have like a lot of stuff to talk about. And Paige, Sierra, and Amanda were just like going hard on Craig, basically giving more context like to the breakup. Like Paige said, I think I loved him so much that I tolerated too much, and now that I'm out of it, I can look back on things. Anytime I had a career milestone, he always found a way to make it about himself, which made me feel really sad for her. And like, not that Craig was, maybe he wasn't intentionally trying to like make her feel that way or put her down, but he was clearly putting his own feelings above like what was best for her in that moment. It was too hard for him to take a back seat.
His
in their relationship.
insecurities.
His insecurities. And Amanda said that Craig made Paige, while she was on tour for Giggly Squad, asked Paige to watch, having anxiety attacks, by the way, asked Paige to watch.
Due to Craig.
Due to Craig, yeah.
Which she said on the after
Which she
show
said on the
as
after
well.
show. Asked Paige to watch a documentary about ABBA that basically said that while they
Which
were
I
on tour,
love, by the way.
Yeah.
Along with Wicked, that's another one of my soundtracks that I
Oh, wow.
always
That
Mamma
is a
Mia
good one.
soundtrack.
I should put that on. That is a good one.
So good.
But basically, the documentary like details how that tour like broke up the the singers like marriages and relationships, and that's like what Craig is recommending Paige to watch like while she's on tour, because Craig feels like it's ruining their relationship. And what I wanted to say earlier was this account Bravo, oh my God, made such a fire fact when they said, "Wow, Craig, it's funny how when you went on your pillows and like beer talk, like that didn't break up your relationship, but when Paige goes on tour, like that's when you're threatened." Like,
Right.
something to think about.
Very well said.
Right?
I think the big theme is threatened and
Threatened.
insecurities.
So true. So
Yeah.
true.
Which is sad because, like,
Why?
right,
Like,
she's killing it.
I know. It was too hard for him. Because I think, whatever, we can like talk in circles about this.
And
we
I
do.
think, too, real quick, that their timelines just, again, they're the wrong people for each other, but
Yeah.
their timelines were wrong. Like, Craig is ready to get married, start a family. Paige is not.
Yeah.
She is touring. She's just growing now. And
Exactly.
so I see, like, why his insecurities did come up
I
because,
know.
like, he's not going to get what he wants, which is marrying her
I
right
know.
now and starting a family right now.
I know. I felt bad. Anything else that you want to discuss about Summer House?
Just real quick, it'll only take a second.
Okay.
Chicken.
Oh my God. The chicken of
Paige
it
and
all.
Craig call each other chicken as like their pet name to each other. And they did it in Southern Charm and in Summer House, so it wasn't like a one-off thing. Like, they called each other chicken.
Like nonstop chicken. Like, hey, chicken, love you, chicken. Yeah, so we never have to hear chicken again, and for that, I'm grateful. That I'm not mad about
Not mad about that.
at all.
Way to really bring it full circle.
Yes.
Should we do our not mad
Yeah,
about
let's
it?
do or not mad.
Wrap it up?
Yeah, after just like talking shit about reality stars and like other things for 40 minutes, we want to end the podcast on a positive note by saying something we're not mad about. And something that I'm not mad about is the terrible twos. Obviously, I'm obsessed with my son Callum. He's just over 2. So please, nobody comment, just wait, just wait. Like, shut up. He's an angel. Before you even have kids, everybody talks about the terrible twos. Like, it's just like the worst time to be a parent. It's like the worst phase of your kid's life. And I have to say, like, I'm quite enjoying it. There's been way harder stages. Again, he's only
So
2,
true.
you guys. There's been way harder stages, though. This one is actually my favorite that we're in right now. Like, he's so cute. He's so funny. Like,
So fun.
his personality just like shines, and like every day like there's more and more new things that he's saying or doing that's funny, and I just love him so much. So like, not mad about the terrible twos because they're terrific twos in my mind. Yeah, I really love them.
Love that.
You know, and I love my
I agree with you.
yeah.
I do agree with you. I think I've told you before that, I mean, this whole podcast, I think I've told you before. I think I've told you before. But I'll tell you guys, it is so sad to me, like, watching the kids get older, like,
Yeah.
especially Colin being my oldest, like, because it's happening with him first.
Yeah.
So, like, watching him get older has, like, always been so sad. But I think every stage has been, like, so great. Like, I think, like, oh, I don't want this to go away.
Yeah.
Oh, being, like, 2 is the best. Oh, a baby is the best because they're so cute and little.
Yeah.
But, like, every stage is the best and there's
Yeah.
such funny things, but like, you should really write down. And it's so funny, I was looking through my psychotic notes app, and I would used to write when Colin was a baby and I was working on his baby book. I would write my notes, like everything from each month that like he would do and say that like was so funny and cute. And like these things, like Callum says blue sky
I know.
for airplane, like you have to write
have
that
to write
down
that
because
down.
you're not like, you're think like, I'm never gonna forget that.
Yeah.
Like, it really just, like, the days go on and they get bigger, and like there are things that you are gonna forget. Like,
It's
so
so
just
true.
write everything down and like keep these videos, favorite
know.
these videos, like,
That's such a good idea. I have
Because-
to write that down.
yeah.
'Cause
And
it's so
Colin's my
cute.
only kid with a baby book. I'm so
Well, of
sorry.
course.
Like,
First child. Yeah, it's enough. What about you? What are you not mad about?
my not mad about it is bringing it right back to Summer House because we just can't get enough. Jesse Solomon posted a reel with the most annoying TikTok sound that I can't stand. Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. Whoa. And like you're dancing and then you turn around and somebody's dancing behind you. So Jesse was dancing and I obviously thought it was going to be West behind him.
Yeah.
And it was Tyler Cameron.
Yeah, I was shocked too when I saw that.
Shocked.
Shocked.
I would not be mad. This isn't like a reality, but I would not be mad if Tyler Cameron joined Summer House.
Seriously, remember when they used to just bring people on for like an episode? Like they'd bring like the Vanderpump Rules guys on. Like,
Oh yeah, sometimes yeah.
like let's just like an Austin. Like let's just bring him on. Like let's just see if the chemistry's there. Like or bring him to a
And-
party.
And he has a girlfriend,
Yeah.
right? Like they're so like the right age for
They
each other, like the
are.
right vibe,
I
like
know.
so fun. Like
I
I
know.
could see them just fitting right in, him and whoever his girlfriend is.
But it would be even better if they had their own show. Like
Who, Tyler?
If Tyler and his girlfriend, like, do you remember during COVID, they had that like TikTok group?
Yes,
And it
with
was
Hannah
like,
Brown.
yeah, with Hannah
and
Brown.
Matt James.
Wow, which is what a time
Throwback.
warp. Yeah, wow. They had like a TikTok group, and it was like all of Tyler Cameron's friends from high school and like their friends that they've brought into the group, and they were like popping off. Like they were all so cute, so fun. Tyler and his girlfriend live in Jupiter, Florida, which is like where he's from. They grow up. Like they should just have their own summer house.
He doesn't live in New York anymore?
No, he lives in Florida. They're like renovating his mom's, like the house that they made TikToks in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like big.
They were in Florida for that?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought they were in like Vermont.
No, Jupiter, Florida.
Wow.
Yeah. So like he needs, like, we don't have Siesta Key anymore. Like we need another Florida reality show. Like let's do Tyler Cameron and his friends. Seriously?
How stunning that would be.
And they're all like gorgeous. They're tan all the time because they live in Florida.
Right.
That's all you need. Seriously. Like
So
good
it's like
tan.
summer house in Florida.
Yeah.
Same vibes.
Same vibe.
Same.
Like a
love.
share house.
So bravo when you make that
Yeah.
show, because it's such
I'll take an EP credit.
perfect idea.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. We will be the Bella Twins executive producing. What's it going to called? What's it going to be called?
Not Stupider and Jupiter.
I was going to say Jupiter Poopiter. But that's just me being in a big butts and wieners phase in my house. But everything's
Always.
poop, butts, and wieners. So
Always.
Jupiter Pooper.
Yeah, not Stupider and Jupiter, and I'm not mad about that.
I love that.
Yeah. So on that note, Nips, it's been so real. I've had the
So real.
best time with you, and I seriously
best.
can't wait to do this again next week. Even though we drive our husbands absolutely crazy with like all of our planning and timing.
I will say John has been like so supportive.
Oh.
He came into the house the other day, and before it dropped, I was listening to it just to, give it a run through and make sure we weren't saying anything too crazy.
Too crazy, yeah.
And he goes, "That girl sounds exactly like Brie." I was like, "John, that is Brie." He's like, "Oh my God, that sounds so good." I'm like, "Yeah, that's right."
Oh my
So,
God.
shout out, John and Andrew.
Andrew's been like telling everybody he knows. He's like the
my God, I
first
love it.
like on all of our posts, which is
Oh my God.
so
When he
cute.
started hashtagging
Oh my
on our
God.
post, I was like, "Andrew, I love you."
Yeah, he took the
He read that in
initiative.
the book.
Yeah, he's like, you guys need hashtags. So he started like hashtagging up our posts. So like, we love to make fun of them and shit on them, but seriously, like,
They're the best.
They're the best. We love them so much, and we love you guys. So please, if you like what you heard, we wouldn't be mad if you rate, comment, subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Drop a comment. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at not
TikTok.
Matt TikTok tickety tack that wiener. At Not Mad About It Podcasts. We love you guys.
See you next time, Maddies. Love ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.